Good morning. So as you can see behind me, it's still dark. No, it's not 9:10 p.m. It's 6 a.m. I'm not talking too loud because my housemate's still sleeping. You know, I was actually supposed to be off today because I chose to show this week for you guys because I work less. The way my work schedule works is 1 week I work for 5 days, another week I have 5 days off and work only 2. So this is this week. I chose to bring you with me on this week because if I bring you with me in a week that I'm working the most, you literally won't have anything to see because it's just me clocking in, 12 hours of work, clocking out, coming home, shower, dinner, sleep. That's all. So I guess there's more dynamic on a day off when I'm going to do groceries, I'm going to the gym, I'm doing other stuff other than work. But today's a bank holiday and I gotta go to work because it's a lot of extra money. This is the outfit. You know, whatever comfortable clothes I have to work for 12 hours. And this is their jacket that they gave it to us. I already worked for 3 days in a row for 12 hours and this is the 4th day, so I'm pretty tired. And also I can't show you inside of our work. Maybe I can show you one thing or other, but not everything. So yeah, right now I'm ready for work and I'm just waiting for my lift. I just got home and I am absolutely destroyed. Like, working 12 hours a day for 3 days straight is absolutely, it just destroys me all the time. And I actually did an extra day, which is today. So I worked 4 days. So like at the end of the 4th day, I can't think, I can't do anything, you know, like I'm gonna go take a shower and fall asleep and that's it. That's why I don't want to show you guys a long week of work because that's how I am all day. Like I have no energy to do anything, but at least tomorrow I have a day off before I have to work again for more 2 days and there will be more stuff to show you. So about the kind of job I do, I work in a factory. Of course, I didn't film a lot of it for you guys because I'm supposed to be working and on my phone filming. We do hips, shoulders, knees replacements. I personally work with knee replacements. So I just make them all day. It's pretty chill job, to be honest. It's just repetitive, you know, it becomes automatic with time. Again, because I work 12 hours, I have more days off to travel, so that's what really it's keeping me there. Yeah, so now I'm gonna take a shower. I'm not gonna eat anything. Just take a shower, take care of myself, do my nighttime routine and sleep. Because tomorrow I have to wake up early to go to the gym and do some other stuff like clean the house and my room because my room is a full mess right now. Do grocery shopping, all the fun grown-up stuff. I just did something. I'm so excited. Hold on, let me put you here. Okay, so I've been flirting with this trip for a long time, ever since I heard about it. And I'm not gonna keep secrets here and be like, oh, I'll tell you on the next video or when I go or blah, blah, blah. No, because everybody knows I always wanted to go to Guatemala to do the Acatenango hike, which is, Acatenango is a volcano that is really close to Volcano Fuego, which is one of the most actives there. You can hike up Volcano Acatenango and there's a camp there, so you sleep there and you see Volcano Fuego. And it's every video I see about it and everyone that's been there, I'm just like, I just feel deep in the bottom of my heart that I need to do something like that. I need to have an experience like that. I know I always encourage people to travel alone, especially women, to go and do it and all. But I was a little bit skeptical with this one because I've never been to Central America. And not only that, but it's because I know the hike it's gonna be a little bit tough. The elevation is pretty high, and I was just like a little bit scared of not feeling good and being alone, you know. But it is a hike with a tour guide and a group of people, so I'm gonna take all the precautions. I take the pills for altitude sickness and do like drink a lot of water and do all of that. And I know if something happened, I won't be alone because there's tour guides and other people there with me. And I was like, you know what? And I watched, there's a specific video on YouTube, and she made it to the top, and she was like, you know, sometimes we let fear stop us. And it was like she was looking at me and talking straight to me. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, because I potentially am gonna move to the other side of the globe, hopefully by the end of this year. And I'm not gonna be close enough to here to have that experience again anytime soon. So I just have to embrace it, you know? So flights were pretty cheap for that time of the year, like, and for the specific dates that I have, because for any other date it was like double the price. So I was like, you know, I think that's a sign for me to go. You know, I'm just gonna go, and I know I'm gonna meet other travelers there as well, and that will probably be there to do the same hike and stuff. So I know I won't be entirely alone, and it's gonna be like a big international faraway trip that I'm gonna do solo for the first time, because I think so far, like I said in the previous video, all the trips I've done, they are in Europe. So I'm very excited for this one. I guess I'm gonna sleep dreaming about it. I'm so excited. Oh, hello. Right now it's around 9 a.m. and isn't that rainbow so nice? One of the things I like here is because the consequences of raining plus sun, which doesn't happen as much as it should. It gave us such a strong rainbow. I think I've never seen strong rainbows like I see here. You can literally see, well, this one that I showed you is not the strongest I've ever seen, but you can literally see every color of the rainbow. They're so strong. And you can see the end and you can see the beginning and the end of them. Because back home, what I used to see was always like a half of a rainbow and then it would fade away. Yeah, this is pretty cool here. And as I'm sitting here deciding, do I go to the gym? Do I not go to the gym? It started raining. And the rainbow is gone. It's raining so much right now. Shit. It's like the only day I have to go to the gym today because it's my only day off. Tomorrow I'm back to work for 2 days, and then Friday I could go, and Saturday I'll be pretty much all day doing an English test. Yeah, but something tells me, like, the sun is still around, so something tells me that this rain is going to stop pretty soon, and then I can decide. Because there's a few, I'm very particular about it, there's a few times at the gym that I feel windows, gaps, that if you don't go, then it's too busy, you know, especially January, February, when everybody is putting their resolutions out there and trying to be health and fitness. So, yeah. I don't have much left in the fridge. This is probably gonna go away because it's a little bit, it might be still good. And then I have chicken. This is probably my housemate's left there. Grapes, cream cheese, and gnocchi. That's all I have. So all the rest here is my housemates. So we definitely need to stop by the shop today. Okay, this is not the best place to put the camera, but I did a little bit of a thing while I'm getting ready to go, because I wanted to answer a few questions while this video is happening. So we're going to start with the first one, which was I got a question about the English, like what's the experience of learning English in Brazil and like coming out here and living abroad and all. So, well, now my English is not the one I learned in Brazil anymore because I have been living here for 6 years, not here in Ireland, but outside of Brazil in a country that speaks English. So my experience now is I kind of relearned English with all the slangs and accents and everything from out here. But for what I can remember when I first got in US with my intermediate English that I had learned for 3 years in Brazil, I'd say it worked, like people could understand me, not so easily like they can now, but they could still like I could still communicate and understand. It was just like a matter of getting used to how fast they speak, and most of the time I would just okay and not understand what they're saying. But I guess like the best way of improving your English or learning, it's actually moving, at least for, I don't know, 2, 3 months, if you don't want to move here forever. Just because you can be the smartest and you can practice a lot and watch shows in English and listen to music and do all that stuff that you should be doing to practice while in Brazil, but still, like, you go to the bakery, you're not gonna speak English. You go to the shopping center, you're not gonna speak English. All that stuff. Here, it's constantly, everywhere you go, you will have to use your English, you have to practice. So even if you spend like 2, 3 months here, when you're gone, you're gonna see a noticeable difference in your English, especially we tend to pronunciate some words in English the way we do it in Brazil, like through the Portuguese grammar, I'd say, and you learn those like this in here. So definitely would recommend come and spend 2, 3 months here to just like literally just if you want to improve your English in general. Last night I left the battery charging, so we're gonna put this on. Here, and then we connect here. We got a security here, so no one tries to steal it. So, yeah, safe. All right, let's go. Of course, you can't attempt to leave the house and not getting rained on. It was too good to be true. I literally just showed you how beautiful the day was. It was sunny and all. And it was the time for me to get in the supermarket. I don't think I spent 15 minutes in there. And when I left, it got rained on. But that's it. That's how living in Ireland is. Now that I'm done with all the non-negotiable stuff, the stuff that I have to do no matter what, if I want it, if I don't want it, I woke up this morning really not wanting to go to the gym, not leave the house, but it's done. I went to the gym. I didn't film a lot there because I am shy. I ran for 7 kilometers and then I did my strengthening training and then I went grocery shopping. So that's it. Now we're home and we don't have to leave the house for the rest of the day, which is great because it's my only day off and I really want to chill and not have to do much. Now I just have to clean my room and my bathroom today. This week it's on me to clean the whole house, but I'm just gonna clean my bathroom and my room today. And while we do that, we're gonna answer a next question. So this question is related to traveling, and they asked me, how do I decide where to go? Mostly it's whenever it's cheap. Like here in Europe, because every country is so close by and it's cheap to travel, I normally do weekend trips in smaller countries where I don't need to spend a lot of time, and I try to go Friday very early in the morning and then come back Sunday, I would say late afternoon, so I can enjoy at least as close as 3 days in the place that I can. So normally I go to, okay, what days I have off, or what days can I ask to take on holidays, and if flights are cheap, then I'll go to that place. One thing that I said on the last video when I was updating you guys about the trips, and if you didn't watch it, I'll leave it in the cards, is that sometimes that's not a really good thing, because you can buy a flight really cheap, but then the destination is very expensive. So sometimes the other way around could be better. For example, my dream trip to Guatemala to hike the volcano, the flights are going to be more expensive than normally is when I travel around Europe, but things there are going to be so much cheaper than they are around here. So, you kind of have to try to find a way that works for you best. I normally try to go for when the flights are cheap, but sometimes if you look for cheap destinations, that could be saving you some money. But it's all like about balance, if it's a cheap flight, maybe that's okay to spend a little bit more on the destination, and vice versa. And now it's sunny again. This country really can't decide. Okay, so this might not be the best angle, but I think it's the best so I can keep cleaning my room and answering your questions. So next question is how to save before the trip and during the trip. And that's a very good one. Well, I personally think it's up to you. What are you willing to do to save money? And in my opinion, anything is valid, it really depends on where you want to go, how much you want to spend and all that. So I guess you have to do a little bit of planning on how much you're going to need before you do extra stuff to save money before the trip. We're talking before the trip yet. I don't know about you guys, but the worst part for me is having to change my bed sheets. I think it's so much work always. But it's about time. So the way I think, saving is all about priority, right? So, and how you can stay focused on your goal, what you're saving for. So if your priorities is going out with your friends all weekend and drinking so you can have a social aspect and they keep liking you or whatever the reason it is, or because you just like it, you can't stay home, then you're gonna save in a slower pace than you would if maybe you cut it in half the times that you're going out, right? So for me, what works is like literally put a plan in action. It's just figure it out how much money you're gonna need for that destination, and then what can you do to get there, In my case, the company I work for, they allowed you to do overtime and they pay well, especially if it's bank holiday like I did yesterday. So it is exhausting to work an extra 12-hour shift for more money. It is. But if that's going to allow me to travel to a nicer place, or just, I don't know, or to have experiences in the places that I'm going and not having to worry about the money, then if that's the price I have to pay, I'll happily do it. I think it's all about taking the opportunities, If my job allows me to do that, I'll take advantage of that. Or if you work in a different place where you don't have that option, then you might be able to find a side gig, or I don't know. If you don't want to do an extra job, no, I just want to take my day off when I can because it's too stressful and all. It's okay to not go out every weekend for a month if that's going to help you save more money for the trip you've been dreaming about. Now, how to save money when you are in your actual trip. It will always depend on what kind of traveler you are. Some people won't stay in hostels because for them they wanted to be comfortable, they wanted to have the privacy, although a lot of hostels have private rooms. But it is a cheaper way of traveling, and for me personally, because I travel alone, it's an awesome way to meet people. So you can start by trying to see what is not negotiable for you in a trip. For me, everything is negotiable. Like, I could, at least if it's safe, I could do anything. I don't mind where I'm staying, or if I won't be able to eat in really nice restaurants. One thing that is not negotiable for me is that at least one day I want to go and try local food. It doesn't matter how much it costs. But again, if that's not a priority for you, so then go eat fast food every day, or I don't know, whatever is cheaper in the country, try to figure it out what food is cheaper and just live your life off it for the time you're there, and then spend more money in experiences or doing tours or, stuff like that. You can always reallocate your money to things that you really want to do, and things that you don't really care about, you just do the cheaper versions, or that's how I see anyways. And be resourceful. Just do your research before you travel. There's nothing worse than arriving in a place and, I don't know, just not knowing everything you could use. Maybe the place has two options that you can go around. They have the metros and they have a bus. And maybe the bus is free and the metro is like, I don't know, €3. And because you didn't do your research, you just go with the metro because the metro is faster. But you could save some money there if you just take the bus because the bus is free, So this is just an example, but with everything, just do your research and see what ways can you go. I feel like people tend to just go with the flow when they're traveling. And that's okay if you have the money to pay whatever they put in front of you. If you're looking to save money, sometimes it's better to do your research and know your options before. All right, next question. What has been my biggest challenging living abroad? Well, I had two very different experiences when I was in the US and here, because when I was in the US, I went there to be an au pair, right? So there was, whatever you're going to, let's say I'm going to New York to work for a family in New York. As soon as I get to New York, there is a group chat on WhatsApp with a bunch of girls, au pairs from New York. They are all in the same boat as you, they're all living with those families, trying to survive or whatever, all foreigners, and we understand each other, So I think it was so much easier to make friends there, especially because I'm not the most extroverted person. Like, I just can't walk somewhere and start talking to people because I don't know what to talk to someone that I don't know, if you know what I mean. So I think one of the things I struggle the most is that, like, when you go to work, and yeah, I know people from work, but no one that I can actually invite to come to my house. Or, I mean, there's this one girl now that I'm really friends with. But other than that, like, it feels everybody at work, they already settled, they have their boyfriends, girlfriends, and family and friends, like their own circle, And it's hard for you to break into that. And I don't know, at least for me, I think it's the thing I struggle the most. Like, I'm not too attached to my family. Like, I miss them and all, but it's not something that I suffer for not being close to them. So that part, it's really okay for me. It's just, I think it's just a little bit too lonely. I know most people I know, it's through my housemate, because he's Brazilian as well, and he lived here before, so he had a lot of friends. So most people I know is through him, and people from work that we go running together sometimes, and that's it, you know. Sometimes we go out for pints or something like that, but it's not really like having a friend that you can call and just be like, you know, do you want to come to my house and do nothing just because I'm bored, and we can talk and gossip and do whatever? Or do you want to go grocery shopping with me? You know, just to have someone to do stuff with. I think that's my biggest struggle living abroad, at least here in Ireland. Okay, so next question for me, it's a very straightforward answer, and it is, what is the best and the worst thing about living in Ireland? Well, do I really need to say it? The worst thing about living in Ireland for me is the weather. I don't know if the Irish has more resistance into not having sun or something, or if they suffer like me, but they just accept it because, you know, that's their country. But for me, it's unbearable. And what is the best part about living in Ireland? I guess it pays really well. Minimum wage here, it's better than the other countries in Europe. But of course, if you don't have that, why would people come to Ireland? Miserable weather, everything is expensive. If you don't have a good minimum wage, no one's gonna come here. I guess that's most people that were living in countries with better weather come to Ireland to make money, because literally, like, you could live in Italy, Spain, Portugal, but the minimum wage there, it's ridiculous. Of course, things there are going to be cheaper as well, but still, here things are expensive, but the money you make, you're still able to survive plus do other stuff, you know. Well, it's 2:30 and my day is pretty much done because I've done everything I had to do. I cleaned my room, I cooked for tomorrow, I went to the gym, did grocery shopping. And as you can see, I still have the same clothes from the gym. So now I'm just gonna take a shower and lay on that bed for the rest of the day. Isn't that amazing? So since I don't have anything else to show you here, I'll see you in the next day. Good morning! It's such a beautiful day outside. Look at this. It's sunny. I don't know if you can tell how happy I am just to wake up and see the sun. I skipped Wednesday and Thursday because I was working, so it was more of the same that I showed you on Monday. Just waking up, going to work, coming back, preparing my food for next day, shower and sleeping. So I don't want to bore you with that. So today is Friday and I'm off for the next 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm off. That's when I normally do my trips and stuff. But since we don't have any trips for now and my life has been pretty boring, I just wanted to show you the sun because it makes everything feel better. You know, I woke up this morning and I need to run and I was not feeling like running, but this sun and this clear weather, there's not a single cloud in the sky. I hope I'm not jinxing it, but that just makes me want to do stuff, you know, get out there and have some fresh air and run, get my exercise done. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, we need the sun. But anyways, I already had my breakfast. I'm getting a few of my clothes that I washed this week, putting them away, getting organized, and then I'm gonna change and probably go for my run. Then we're gonna bake some cake today because it's that cake from I think Tuesday when I was off that I said I was gonna bake and I ended up not doing it. So we're gonna bake some cake. Maybe we go around town to see a few stuff there. I don't know, I don't have much planned for today. I need to study because I have an English test tomorrow for something that I'm not going to tell you yet. But other than that, yeah, let's go. Let's live this day. Just one thing I want to show you because I just saw it and I think it's interesting to show to people that doesn't live in Ireland. So it's very humid here, right? I'm on top of my bed right now. And these are my pajamas. We don't turn on the heater every time here in my house because it's very expensive. And so since it's very humid here, this is what we suffer with. Can you see? This is all like from water. It's all dry now, but this is all like, it gets so sweaty here that this is all like water and mold that I already cleaned like 2 weeks ago, and it's back. So I'll have to clean it again. Probably do that today. And so yeah, see, all the like this whole wall was yellow before, and I painted white, and now the whole fucking paint it was dripping because it was so sweaty. Now it's better. You see how the windows are, so that's because it's so humid and everything gets so sweaty. So yeah, it's everything. The whole painting is destroyed now, the whole wall, you can see, and I have to clean these molds now. Yes, you can see a few more in here and there, and it gets really bad if you don't clean it. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that because this is another fucking part of living in Ireland. Humid weather. If you don't leave, like whenever I'm home, I will open the windows to get some fresh air on, but if I'm not home, I just can't because I don't know if it's gonna rain and fucking get everything wet in here. So it's you can't take that risk, you know. All right, I'm ready to go. Don't let the sun fool you. It's pretty cold outside. It's around 3-4 degrees, so I have to run with all this stuff, and plus I'm gonna put some gloves as well. I'm not feeling like running at all, especially 10K, so that's one of the days that I gotta push myself to do it. And I know it's gonna feel great after, but I just don't want to do it. So wish me luck. And my ponytail here that I don't know if you can see, I put some coconut oil on because, well, it's about time to wash my hair again, and since I'm gonna run and I'm gonna sweat, it's gonna be the perfect time to do this. Ever since I start dyeing my hair again, I need to take better care of it, so it's a great time to do that now when I'm doing the workout and the coconut oil is there doing its thing, and then when I come back and take a shower, I just take everything off and my hair is gonna be nice and soft. So let's go do what we have to do. Non-intentionally matching my socks with my jacket. Let's go. We actually have a sunset today, yay! As you could see as I was running, the day went from really nice and sunny to very cloudy. And it's funny how the weather changes so quickly here, but now we are having a sunset and I'm here to appreciate it because that doesn't happen every day. After the run, I didn't really come here to talk, but I had my lunch, I had my shower, washed my hair, took all that coconut oil out of my hair, and then I was just studying for my test, which is tomorrow. It's more so I can get used to the format of like the type of questions and things that they ask you to do, because obviously it's not like the same questions are going to be asked or anything, but it's one of those big tests to prove that you know how to speak the language, and I'm obligated to do something else. I get a little bit anxious and nervous, so I just want to be as prepared as I can, and tomorrow we're gonna wake up very early for that. All right, so now it's time to bake some cake because I'm a little bit anxious and I need some comfort food. Let's go. With my really cute cake done, look, it's just gonna end up my whole diet from this week, but that's okay. I'm gonna have dinner soon, and then tomorrow I have to wake up very early to do that freaking test and get over with. So I see you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. So today is the day. I have to leave the house at 8 a.m. The test starts at 9:20, but they want you to get there an hour early for registration and all that jazz. So I woke up at 6:30 a.m. It's so funny when I have something important to do, don't even need my alarm because I woke up really close to the time where the alarm's supposed to go off. So I woke up at 6:30 a.m. to make sure I have time to go, on my time and have breakfast and take a look at everything I need. So when I get there, there's no stress. And since it's a test and it's one of the big ones, of course, I won't be able to film anything. They're gonna put my phone away and everything for a couple of hours. I can tell you how was the experience after. Just can't wait for this to be over, honestly. I hate being tested, and I think it's the worst way to test someone's English, I think you should just sit down with the person, see if you can understand them, if they can understand you, and I think tests are bullshit. But anyways, we gotta do what you gotta do. Alrighty, I am ready to go. I've got my passport with me because it's the only thing I have to take as a documentation. And yeah, I hope I am warm enough because I can't bring a jacket inside as well. I think I'm ready. I'm just gonna relax, take my time, just do. I know English, I just have to focus because my problem is that I get nervous and then I can't focus and I start panicking in my head and then I don't actually pay attention in what I have to do. But I'll be all right. So everything's gonna be fine. So let's go do it. Bike is secured. This is the place where I'm doing the test. I made the dumb decision of not wearing gloves and I was cycling, so I couldn't put my hands in my pocket. So this is the state of my hands now. It's so cold and it hurts so freaking much. But let's go. Okay, so the email says to not get here after later than 8:30, right? So I got here at 8:15 because you have to do registration or something. And apparently I'm too early because it's closed. So I'm gonna have to wait in the cold. But that's my life, isn't it? So the first part of the test is done. I've done listening, writing, and reading. And now I had an hour break before I do the speaking test because it's a different time and I have to talk face to face with someone. But in general, I'm kind of confident I'm gonna get the minimum that I need. And yeah, I just went to get some lunch and now I'm back to do my speaking test. All right, I'm back home. It's done. It's done. Finally, I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna get at least the minimum that I need for what they require. The speaking test was pretty easy. He asked where I was from and was asking questions related to where I'm from. It was just there was a point where I had to speak for 2 minutes and I didn't have enough to say for 2 minutes, and he was and I was like, oh, I don't know what else to say. But I think it was okay. If I can give you a tip, definitely doing the practice tests is a must because I've been living abroad for a long time. I know how to speak English, but if you're not familiar with the structure of the test, then you might get a little bit confused, and you don't have time to wait because the clock is ticking, and when you're doing the listening test, they are speaking, they don't stop, the audio doesn't stop. So if you're trying to understand what is happening and they already said the answers that you needed, then you're screwed because you're not going to listen to it again. So definitely taking the practice tests helped me to be prepared for what today was. And for sure, the practice tests were way more difficult than the actual test, which is something good as well, because I was panicking, and once I saw it's not that bad, I could calm down a little bit. So at least now I got this done and I don't have to worry too much about it. And that's it. Now I just have to do, I clearly have to clean my room again because it's a big mess again. And I have to clean the rest of the house and watch a movie or something because I deserve an easy day, not today. I used my head way too much today. Hey, so today is Sunday, and today it's a pretty chill day because it's my last day off. So I didn't set any alarms, I just slept till whatever time I wanted. And then when I woke up, I had my breakfast, went to the gym. Then after the gym, I went to do a few groceries. I didn't need a lot of things because I've done it this week already, but I needed more fruits and stuff. Then I stopped by a Penny's really quickly because I needed head towel and some other things. And then I just came home, had my lunch, prepared my food for my next 2 days of work. And that's it. Now I'm just editing some videos, watching something on YouTube. And so there was nothing really new to show to you today. So I was like, there's no point in just repeating the days. So that's how I'm gonna end my video. I hope you guys liked. My life it's pretty boring when I'm not traveling, but we are gonna have some really nice travels really soon. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye!